Thanks for tuning in to another video by CCTV Camera World. My name's Ray. I'm the manager here. In this video, I'll be explaining to you how to set up a camera for a live video feed to YouTube and record it at the same time. And this camera we're using here today is a special type of camera. It's a 4MP or 2K IP camera that is PoE, and it can record at 60 FPS. Now that's a high frame rate capture. Most IP or PoE cameras cannot do that. They max out at 30 FPS. So we have a customer who wants to record his handball court and also televise it at the same time on YouTube Live and Facebook. I'm going to show you how to set up that kind of system. And if you have a pickleball court, a tennis court, or any other venue where you want to record at high frames per second, then be sure to contact us at cctvcameraworld.com to help you get set up with the right kind of system. Because the professional systems we sell are able to do this high frame rate recording. You can't get that type of recording from a home consumer-based system you find on Amazon or through most online retailers. So let's get started. Let me show you what I've got. First thing is I have the camera itself. This thing can do 60 FPS, 4MP recording, or 2K. And it is a PoE camera. If you notice, I have only one cable coming out of it that sends PoE data and power, and it's being powered by a PoE switch of ours. So this is an AvaEye PoE camera, and that's an AvaEye PoE switch. I've done other videos where I show what these switches can do. You could wire this up to 328 feet away and still be able to send back PoE data and power, or you could flip a switch on this PoE switch and send data up to 650 feet away over a good quality wire. So the camera is connected with the PoE, and now we have another cable from the uplink port going into the NVR. So the NVR is interfacing over this local network, and here's the connector going into the back of the NVR. So this is sending data only, and PoE and data together into the camera. The other connector that I have, the red one, is my internet. So it's going back to my router. So you would set it up the same way. So one cable going to the camera, one cable going to your NVR, and the other cable from the uplink port going to your router. A few things I want to tell you about the NVR. Our professional NVRs have a bunch of ports on the back. Let me explain what they are. I've got an HDMI port to connect to a monitor. I've got a USB to connect my mouse. And I have, of course, the power port. I have a VGA port. And I've got PoE ports. If I wasn't streaming this online to YouTube, I would have been connecting this camera directly into the PoE ports. But because I am streaming it to YouTube, this camera is, quote unquote, on the network. So let me show you what I can do with the mouse. So now I'm looking at my system with the HDMI display. I'm going to use my mouse to control it. And I can go into the settings, go to main menu, and alter different kinds of settings in here. The main thing I want to show you is where to add a device. So if you're setting up the camera for the first time, you would be going in here and adding the camera. So I know my camera's IP address is 245 here. I'm just going to delete it and then re-add it to show it to you. You'd hit search, and if you only have one camera from us, it'll show up here and it'll tell you its IP address. It might not just be 1.245. It might just be something different. Just click that and hit add. The NVR connects to it with the username and password the camera has, and then you get video on it. Now, this camera also has zoom built in, so let me show you how to use that. You right click, go to PTZ control, and then you press the zoom button to zoom the lens in. You can see I zoomed in. I can see this much clearer. And then I can zoom out and it'll focus back in. Now, if for some reason your camera doesn't focus automatically, you can hit the plus and the minus to adjust the manual focus. Usually cameras do autofocus, which should be fine. Now, if you had multiple cameras, you could go to a grid of 4 and view 4 cameras in a grid. And I also have a hard drive inside, so I'm going to play back, and I can toggle around and play back older footage as well. And I can even fast forward it if I wanted to. Now, if you had a camera with a microphone, you would be able to click a microphone icon on the video and play audio from it as well. This camera does not have a microphone. And while we're showing this to you with the camera being on the NVR, now let me show it to you being on YouTube. This is my YouTube channel, and I'm streaming this camera simultaneously to YouTube as well. So I'm going to go in front of the camera and wave my hand. Right now, the current time on the NVR, if you come back and take a look at it, it is 16:51:39 or 40. There's always some delay for footage or data to go from current time, go to the internet, get processed by YouTube, and then displayed to your viewers. So you'll always see that sort of delay there, and that's a processing delay because of YouTube and the internet. And now I'm speeding this up to get to the closest current time, and here it is, me waving my hand in front of the camera, which I just did half a minute ago. So what I've just showed you is that we have a camera that is connected to the NVR and also manageable through the NVR and viewable there on a live TV. But you can also be live streaming it to YouTube in current time. And lastly, let me cover 2 last points I'd like to address. Let me go into the video encoding settings for you to see that you can actually see what the camera's encoding settings are. You'll notice it says 4MP 60 frames per second, and that's what this camera can do. Now on the camera itself, this is a dome camera. It has a dome cover. I have the cover removed to make this video so I can test it with the connector there. If you're wondering how to connect it, you would thread your cable through either the weather grommets or the side knockout, and then put it into the camera. And then once you have the cable inside, you would crimp your cable and connect it into this RJ45 connector that's there. Since I've already done my show and tell, I'm going to now disconnect it. Now this happens to be a dome camera. We also have bullet cameras that can do this as well. And then when you're ready to mount it, make sure you put this cover back on top, and using a handheld screwdriver or the Allen key that comes with the camera, screw this down. Now with a dome camera, this is actually movable. Once you set it, use this screwdriver to tighten it on the sides so it stays put. Right now I had it loose because I was testing it. And this assembly on top, so here are the screws that you would tighten once you have the camera oriented the way you want it to. And if you look at the other side, there's another screw there as well. So let's say you want it looking straight out, you would do this, screw it on both sides. Now this assembly on the top is actually, you can rotate it. Okay? So I had it rotated because I wanted a certain view. I had to have the camera upside down. So you can rotate this any way you want to get the kind of frame you want from your camera. And now this is actually in the position that it would ship to you if you were purchasing it. When I connect it and it powers back on, you'll see the video being upside down. Now, please do not open the camera and play around with the insides. You should just be bringing your Cat5 cable, crimp it, connect it in here, and that's it, one Ethernet cable. Close the cover down, lock it down, make sure the dome cover sits and gets sealed by the gasket so water does not get in. Now I'm going to talk about the mounting options. You want to get a junction box or a wall mount. This particular order that we're doing is with a wall mount. And the camera itself mounts directly here, you would actually disconnect this, connect this to a pole mount or a wall itself directly. This bracket gets screwed on to your pole mount or your wall. And then this piece gets attached to it. So you unscrew it from here, unscrew here, this piece comes out, gets attached to the wall. And then you bring this back in, you bring your cables through, run them through, connect the camera, and then affix it back together. So this gets a little complicated for people if they're doing it for the first time. Take your time first testing it indoors before taking it outside. Now, ending the video here, let's see what happened. I did turn that camera assembly around. It made the video upside down. And now watch what I do is when I turn the camera assembly, it rotates and gives me a correct picture. So just because I had it on a tabletop, I did it this way. But when you get it, most likely your dome camera will be in this fashion, because when you actually mount the dome camera, you're going to be mounting it like this and putting the dome cover on so that the IR lights on the camera do not get blocked by the metal trim of the dome cover. And then you'll get right side video up. Hopefully you liked this video. It was informative. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us at cctvcameraworld.com. We're more than happy to answer any of your questions. If you did like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, like the video, and leave us a comment. Thanks for watching.
If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.